Hey, James Roten would need computer help. Today I'm in the Colorado Rockies. What an appropriate location to talk to you about cloud technology. Get it? I'm in the clouds. I'm at about 7,000 feet right now up in the Rockies for a quick trip, and gave a presentation today to a prospect that, interestingly, is having an issue with the incumbent provider that we could have easily had too. The incumbent provider has them running on cloud technology. Well, we all think the cloud is the cloud, right? You have servers that are hosted in the cloud. Well, that's not exactly the case. This particular situation is similar to my company. The incumbent provider owns privately owned infrastructure. We own privately owned infrastructure. We operate out of 2 data centers. We have a hugely successful track record with it. We've had very little downtime in that environment. However, I think, a company this size, it's about a 200-person company with about 10 servers, probably needs to run in a little more robust infrastructure than that. Now, in our case, we have partnered with a company that is an infrastructure-only provider. They provide infrastructure to managed service providers such as ourselves. They operate out of about 8 data centers around the country, which gives us some flexibility to have a presence in one data center, replicate to another data center for disaster recovery purposes, gives us some more flexibility with storage, firewalls, memory, resources, etc. Premium storage, which is SSD-based storage versus standard storage. So, when you're working in the managed services space and you're working with privately owned infrastructure, like infrastructure such that like our company owns, you become limited. Our company's not big enough to have a presence in 8 data centers around the country. So we've partnered with a provider that gives us a leading level on that. Now, with that said, we certainly could have gone with somebody like an Amazon or an Azure or a Google, and there are a lot of people that do that very successfully. I'm very much a relationship person. I always have been, and I like having those personal relationships with the account managers, the technical team, etc., where, I don't care what cloud technology it is, there's going to be a problem. And when there is a problem, I need a relationship that I can rely on. And so partnering with an Azure or an AWS or something just didn't give me that comfort to do that, and would have put us in a situation when there is a problem. We're partnered with a company we have a great relationship with. I have cell phone numbers. I know them personally. I'm friends with several of them, so I know that reliance is there. So cloud technology, kind of summing up on this, privately owned infrastructure that maybe an IT service provider owns, nothing wrong with that. At a certain reliability level, it's great. We've run that for 15 years and had very, very little downtime. Infrastructure provider that's kind of a boutique infrastructure provider is another way to do it. That's my preference. I like that. And then last, one of the big providers. So James Roten, need computer help. Thank you so much for listening.